Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fan Week. Today is, I would say, I guess, Pia's Revolution Affinity or Grixis Affinity. This was a deck list submitted by Josh Van Sickle in the Facebook group. I get everything set up the way I want it real quick. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday. We're playing some Affinity. This is basically a boom or bust deck. So, Mox Up Pia's Revolution, yeah. Pretty good, pretty good. So basically the deck is, the deck list, actually the link is in the description if you guys want to look at it while we look at it. The deck is all about playing out a lot of cheap artifacts, getting Pia's Revolution out, maybe Master of the Ethereum, or ATOG here, with Disciple of the Vault, sacrificing stuff to ATOG or to an Arcbound Ravager, getting a Pia's Revolution trigger, and as well as a Disciple of the Vault trigger, draining our opponent down to 0. So that's the basic premise of the deck. More often than not, though, it's really going to be, depending on what kind of matchup you're playing, actually, I would say, especially in Game 2, it's going to be really difficult for us to kind of hopefully go off, but I've had it happen several times in testing, so. And also we have one fling here for just a random couple points of damage if we need it to hit. Let's see here, we have 3 Mimknight, 4 Mox Opal, 4 Ornithopter, 4 Disciple of the Vault, 3 Signal Pest, 3 Springleaf Drum, 1 Fling, 1 ATOG. I feel like there should be one more ATOG in here just in case for another sack outlet, but that's just me for now. I think Fling is going to do a good job as well. 4 Arcbound Ravager, 4 Cranial Plating, 2 Master of Ethereum. Then we have 2 Pia's Revolution, 3 Frogmite, 4 Thoughtcast, which we absolutely need in this deck. Fling is 4 ATOG, eat 5 artifacts, attack, Fling, win. That's true, Josh. Going into the sideboard here, we have 1 Hallowed Fountain, 3 Dispatch, 2 Fragmentize, 2 Thoughtseize, 2 Graphic Digger's Cage, 1 Rest in Peace, 2 Whip Flare, and 2 Edge Champion. I like the sideboard a lot here because of the amount of graveyard interaction that we kind of lack in Game 1. I do think that Frogmite might be the card that I like the least. Obviously, once we have Affinity with artifacts, it's a free 2/2, but sometimes they can stick in your hand for a little bit too long. I'm not a big fan of that, but I do like everything else that this deck is trying to do. Really like the setup here with the Blink Nexuses as well. And of course, Darksteel Citadel, turn 1 with an Ornithopter and a Mox Opal does mean that Mox Opal's turned on turn 1, so that's always fun to get as well. Let's get right into the matches, guys. I'm really excited to show this off because this deck is explosive, but at the same time, you can definitely just flop. So, it's Monstrosity Modern Legal? I'm not sure, Anthony. PK started to stream too, can't watch both. Aw. Kenobi! No, it's fine. Let's see here. Opening hand has 3 lands, a Signal Pest, Mox Opal, Frogmite, and Cranial Plating. I like this because we have a turn 1 3 land or 3 card drop, then a turn 2 is probably Spire, then Cranial Plating, and then probably a Frogmite the following turn. It's probably gonna be a keep for us, even though it's a bit conservative as far as not having our Pia's Revolution pieces. So, going to hit 6 for our opponent since we are on the draw. Marsh Flats, they're paying that. Let's see, Midnight here. Let's go for a Glimmer Void, Mox Opal, Midnight, Signal Pest, and Frogmite. We can actually get Frogmite out as well. So half our hand already. Very nice. Yeah, could go for turn 1 plating. I think next turn we'll play out the plating next and equip it to most likely a Frogmite, maybe a Signal Pest, depending. Marsh Flats sack for our opponent. Getting 6 for them. But yeah, Affinity is real fun at being able to get out a lot of stuff. Yeah, turn 2 plating on Pest for sure. Getting at 6 for our opponent here. Godless Shrine coming in for them. They're at 19 life. We're going to be able to swing in with a Cranial Plating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 5, plus 0, I believe. Wall of Omens. This might be the Emeria deck, perhaps. Let's see here. Disciple of the Vault here. Let's go for a Spire of Industry. I do like just getting out Cranial Plating here. We could have just gone for a Disciple of the Vault there, but not really worried about that just yet. Let's get this onto the Pest here. And just swing out 5-1 and 2-2. as well as the 1/1 here. It's a no-4, so we can swing out with everybody, actually. Getting some damage. Just started in half the deck out. This might be some kind of prison deck. We'll see what happens. Getting in now for 10 points of damage on turn 2. They're going to block the 3/2 here, so it doesn't kill the wall. Getting in for 7. Whoops. Alrighty. My folder popped up for no reason. It's confusing now. What's happening? Let me undo my folder. There we go. It was popping up the SD card I had in there for Christmas. Alrighty, 6 cards in hand, 3 men on the battlefield. Affinity's so happy this is happening. I like Affinity too, Josh. It's not fun to play against, though, of course. But we'll see what happens in the next turn here. Would love to get into something like an ATOG or a Arcbound Ravager. Might be getting at Watery Grave. Another Wall of Omens. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Opponent got the lockdown going for us as far as the O4s. Let's see. Get into Spire of Industry. Not that great for us. Let's get the Spire of Industry out. Let's go for a Glimmer Void with the Disciple of the Vault. Disciple? What is happening? Disciple. Alright. Opponent. What do you got? Going for a Fatal Push on the Signal Pest. Ouchies. We can still equip this to a Frogmite here. And get in for lots of damage. Let's get in for a 6/2 here. I'm assuming they're just going to block it. There we go. If they have Stunning Silence or Fracturing Gust, you are boned on tempo. That's true. We'll see what happens. The Affinity deck in the Magic Duels video game was so annoying to play against. Aw. Yeah, they're just going to block here. Getting into 6 cards in their hand. Next turn we can hopefully get into something where we can sack artifacts for a Disciple drain. If not, would love to get into probably just a Pyrrha's Revolution. Maybe an Arcbound Ravager. We'll see what happens. Thoughtcast is actually a card I would really enjoy at the moment, because we do have 4 artifacts on the battlefield. Let's see here, another Fatal Push coming in. What is this? Wall of Omens again. Wow. Opponent, you are playing some Defender style. Yeah, Fragmentize is in the board for Stony Silence, so we're definitely wanting to board that in since they are in white. Let's see what we draw. Another Mox Opal here. Say no to that. Let's just get in for 6 here. A little annoying that we're not drawing anything. Alright, just blocking again. No problem. This is clearly the fabled draw 3 Wall of Omens deck. To get a point of damage. That's true. I do want to be a little bit patient with that, though. I think I'm going to hold the Mox Opal for now, because we can do that with that whenever. Let's just be a little patient with the Disciple play there. Push might be going for the Frogmite here. Actually, yeah. Yep, Frogmite. We do lose a life, or they do lose a life from that. Yes. So a Thoughtcast would be 2 mana right now, or because I just had 1 mana because we only have 3 artifacts. Unless you're using a hardcore prison deck, then no Stony Silence main board. Yeah, I don't think so either. I do think it's probably going to be coming in from the sideboard, though. Let's see what happens. 3 mana here. Bontu's Last Reckoning. Nope, Liliana the Veil. Okay. Interesting. He plays Merciless Fiction. That's true, we can do that at instant speed. Each player discards a card. Interesting. So we did miss a point of damage from that after seeing a Liliana play here. Let's go for a cranial plating onto the Memnite here. Springleaf Drum coming in here. Again, nothing too important for us. Let's get in here for the Liliana kill if we can. Obviously, they're going to block with Wall of Omens. Okay. Yep, blocking with Wall of Omens, dropping Liliana down to 3. And passing turn. Oh, Coop Each Other doesn't block. Oh, Josh. Okay, I got you. Because I could have done that at instant speed. You're right. Okay, that's a punt for me, but I will definitely keep that in mind. I'm not used to cranial plating, obviously. Sorry, Josh. I'll definitely know that next time. If there will be a next time. I'm sure there will be in the matches today. Wrath, what's up? What's good, Taryn? How were your holidays? Oh, they were good, Wrath. Very good. Smallpox. Let's go with... May not matter. We can go with a Midnight here. Sack a Spire of Industry. They do lose a life. Yes. Let's see what we got here. 2 cards in our opponent's hand. So yeah, another sack and another creature. Yep. Okay. Oh. My cat just knocked something off. Arcbound Ravager coming in here. Nothing we can really do, though. Might have been better to keep that into our hand thanks to the Liliana here. But they can't -2, so they'll have to have a kill spell for the Ravager. Yeah, I think we're going to equip on the instep here. 3 cards in our opponent's hand. Again, Wall of Omens, very interesting card to pick. It is a 2-mana 0/4 that does draw them a card, so it's not bad. It's card draw in white, which is good. It's just interesting in this particular matchup. Assuming that the Ravager is going to die this turn. Might not, though. They did play a Swamp just then. 2 cards left in their hand. They can do a +1 on Liliana, but I feel like they might just say Liliana's dead. 4 cards here. Sorin, Solemn Visitor. Gotcha. Maybe creating a 2/2 here to block the Liliana. Yep. Let's go for a cranial plating. Let's see what we can do. Thoughtcast. Okay. Not terrible. Let's go with the Thoughtcast here. Draw 2 cards. Got into a Fling and Disciple. So we could go for a Wrath. Sorry about autocrit right now. I'm in the hospital for the next week, but I'll be sending you my standard Gen deck. Hope you'll stream it. Thanks, Wrath. Appreciate that. Infection in my toe. Oh no! That sucks. Yeah, I think I can win here, correct? So I get in. Get Disciple out here. I sack all my artifacts. I sack 3, then I fling Arcbound Ravager at our opponent. I believe that's the case here. What's up, Sean? Picked up a deck yet for the stream. You're gonna break my little heart, aren't you? Sean, there's so many decks that people have submitted today, or in the past couple weeks. Let's go with the Springleaf Drum here. Yes. Okay. Another sack here. Yes. Making sure I read everything before I hit OK. Let's see here. Yeah, we can go with a fling here, or just go with another. There we go. Okay. All right. Yeah, I believe we win there anyway because of the Disciple. There it is. Bam, bam. No. No. Here we go. Cool. Whew. All right. Into game 2 here. Sorry if I slowed down there a little bit, just making sure everything is correct here. Let's get in some Fragmentize. I want to say, I feel like Thoughtseize might be a good pick here. Dispatches this creature, right? Yeah. Yeah. Thoughtseize might be a good pick here for the Lilianas. Take out a Frogmite. Don't want to take out any Fling or Atog or Ravagers, nothing like that. Maybe a Springleaf Drum. Bullet of the wind past the walls. Oh, man. I want to say we want to bring out 2 more cards. Maybe 1 more Cranial Plating and a Thoughtcast. I want to be very aware of everything I'm taking out here. Maybe 1 Disciple and 1 Cranial Plating. Or 1 Disciple and 1 Thoughtcast. I want to make sure that the artifacts in our deck are at a decent enough measure. Though you run into a bunch of them. Let's see, making sure nothing else in the sideboard here is worth bringing in. I don't think so. Fragmentize or Hallowed Fountain needs to come in. Let's take out a Watery Grave. Or not a Watery Grave. Let's take out probably, yeah, Watery Grave. Actually, not a Watery Grave. Let's take out a Polluted Delta. I think that's fair. Yeah, I think Thoughtcast is the card we want to take out here. I'm bringing in Hallowed Fountain just to make sure that we hit that Fragmentize. Even though we do have, you know, Darksteel Citadel, or Spire of Industry, and Glimmer Void. I feel like, as well as the Springleaf Drum, I think we'll be okay with just 1 more in here. Let's hit submit. See what we can do in game 2. Here, I think I figured out the deck. It's Black-White Drum Super Friends. Played only Walls and Planeswalkers. Nice. 4 lands, Thoughtseize, Arcbound Ravager, and a Ornithopter. This is almost worth a keep because we do have a turn 1 Thoughtseize. We do have Blinkmonk Nexus as well. It's kind of a good keep here. It does slow down our opponent thanks to the Thoughtseize. And we will be able to get out a Arcbound Ravager the following turn. Let's keep this. I think this is fine. Chumps Captain. Opponent is on the play, though. So we are on the draw. Godless Shrine here, coming in tapped. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Would like to not get into mana. Maybe a Mox Opal, though. See what our opponent has for us. An Atog. Not bad. Let's go for a Glimmer Void. Thopter. Thoughtseize. Turn 1. Let's see what we get here. Sorin, Solemn Visitor, Timely Reinforcements, and Never to Return. I want to say Sorin is probably the pick here. Never to Return is kind of annoying as it does kill a target creature, like an Atog or whatever, but I want to say Sorin is the bigger threat as it does generate tokens for them. Timely Reinforcements is also a card that can be annoying as well. Let's get rid of Sorin. I think that's the more fair card to get rid of. And then we just pass turn here. Cats are fighting beside me. Goodness. They're being very active today. Trump's Mexico plan. How's that for a black-white deck? Nice. 6 cards in hand for our opponent. Okay, Fetid Heath. Black-white. Bitter Blossom. Ooh, he just drew into that. That is going to be annoying. Okay. Let's go for a Blinkmoth Nexus here. Let's go for an ATOG first. Then we can pass turn here. That is frustrating. Yeah, Bitter Blossom is going to do a lot of damage here. We didn't bring in this from the sideboard. We did not bring in Whip Flare, so it's going to hurt us quite a bit. Timely Reinforcements is also a card that's going to give them a lot of advantage, thanks to Bitter Blossom. Yeah, Reth, this was submitted by Josh in the Facebook group. So he's been submitting it for a while. I just haven't had the chance to actually play it on the stream until today. Never on the ATOG, that's fair. Was expecting a Timely Reinforcements there. Let's see. Springleaf Drum. Not bad. Not great. Go for that. Go for Narcomound Ravager now. And we're going to pass turn here. And thanks, I appreciate it. No problem, Josh. Again, Bitter Blossom does have them lose 1 life whenever they create a 1/1 here, so they'll be losing life if we can hold off their attacks. They can get in for 1 point of damage here, thanks to the 1/1s. Again, this is kind of the thing with the Affinity deck. It's either like you have an amazing opening hand, then you get into some great value, or you have like an okay opening hand like we had. We kept it for the Thoughtseize because we were thinking that they had some good sideboard tech in their graveyard, or they're in their hand from the sideboard. They did not. They gained some life from that. They do not get a token. I don't know why they didn't wait for another turn, just in case we would have played something. But they would have made another one as well, so it actually wouldn't matter. No attacks, though. Interesting. Disciple of the Vault here. Let's get that out. I think Watery Grave getting out here is fine. We also have Blinkmoth Nexus to be able to block. I think we're going to pass turn here. We could sack the Ornithopter and get out the Ravager, but we want to be a little bit careful. I do think that they'll be attacking in this turn. Do keep in mind we can make the 1/1 here, and then we can also pay another 1 and tap it, and it's a 2/2. So, see, 4 mana here. Yeah, gonna return that and make a 2/2. Yeah, we might do that next turn, Josh, for sure. Maybe not now because of the 2/2, though. Thoughtcast for us. Not bad. Let's get a Spire of Industry here. Can't go for a 1/1 here. Go for a Thoughtcast. Thopter and a Signal Pest. Okay. Let's go for a Ravager attack here. See what happens. Maybe just a 1/1 block. Yeah. Let's go with a Springleaf Jump Sack here. They're going to lose a life. We still have the Blinkmog Nexus to sack or animate next turn as well, so our opponent is only at 20 life though, so we want to be as quickly as we can attacking out, thanks to the Bitter Blossom creating 1/1s every single turn. Demon Slayer, what's up, Magic? That's awesome. Good name. Okay. Play a Marsh Flats. How do you feel about the SCG Dallas being team constructed? I actually like team constructed events, personally. I'm more excited, though, for some of the Channel Fireball Pauper events that are coming in the future. However, I do have the caveat of saying that if they make, like, Pauper events, then the Pauper prices will definitely spike. I feel like people aren't talking about that, and it's super weird for me to think that. I think we're still going to attack out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Yeah, we're going to attack out here. It's just strange to me that there are a lot of players that aren't really like talking about how the Pauper prices will be impacted by the like stream play and pro play. So could have gone for a Signal Pest attack there as well with the 1/2s. Right now I'm just kind of keeping in check with the fairies. They're losing 1 life per turn anyway. 2 cards in hand. Next turn I may be attacking with the Signal Pest, depending on what happens. Do want to keep the Fling in hand for a great opportunity. Yeah, exactly, Josh. For sure. That's what I'll be doing next turn. Just making sure that they don't really get into anything important. Okay. Cranioplating does help quite a bit. Let's equip that to a, I'm going to say Thopter here. Should have actually tapped the Blinkmog Nexus instead. But we can go for an all-out attack here. Let's see what happens. Everybody but the Disciple. Unmasked, really excited to see about the Pauper move. It's good business idea to add value to otherwise unvalued cards. That's true, Unmasked. But I feel like a lot of people are kind of missing out that the reason Pauper is so cheap is obviously that, you know, no one plays the cards. So, you know, there's obviously going to be a more like price spiking and probably a balancing. It probably won't be as expensive as standard, I would say, but something like that. We're going to sack the Signal Pest here. Sure. Okay. I think we're just going to have these two kill each other. Obviously this is going to kill each other. Getting it for 6. So we actually have quite a bit of damage going in here. See what our opponent's going to be doing here. Maybe a Fatal Push to Arcbound Ravager. Yeah. That's fair. We could go for some sacks here. Ravager's going to die. The Nexus is going to die, so that's 2 points of damage. I think keeping the Thopters alive is fine. Yeah. Could put the +1/+1 counter on the Blink Moth there, or put it on a Thopter. Let's put it on the Thopter here. Yes. Okay. Kills the other fairy. Okay. Down to 6. Alright, now we should be winning next turn thanks to Fling. Bitter Blossom again. Should be a 2-0 here, depending on what we draw into. 2 cards in hand. They play out a Swamp. 1 card in hand. Sweet. Okay. Polluted Delta. Not exactly what we wanted here. Okay. Could still get in here for 3/5 and 3/2 in the air. And when the Thopter dies on this one, if they double block it, that is a point of damage to them. Could then move the Cranial Plating over to the Thopter here, and then Fling. I think that's pretty decent. Let's go for a Polluted Delta here. Yeah, let's go to attacks. Daniel, we're still in the first match. No big deal. I think we might be 2-0ing here, depending on what happens to the board state. Just got to see what our opponent has in hand. Yeah, double block. Block. That's fair. We're going to make sure that they this one does kill those two. So Cranial Plating is going to get not moved over just yet. Sure. Yes. Main phase 2. Move that over. And we're just going to Fling. Should be it. Yep, there we go. 2-0. Nice. Whoops. There we go. All right, let's get into the match 2. First one down, Josh. Very good, very good. Pauper has a crazy wide metagame, with most decks, meta decks, never usually occupying more than 15% of the meta. Oh yeah, for sure. Play first? Yes. I do think, though, that you do want to be aware of, like, players who, or pro players that will definitely want to try and limit the meta. So, Steam Vents, not really useful in what we have here. Blinkbot Nexus is okay. Midnight's good. We could go for this hand. I think it's fine, thanks to the Thoughtcasts here. But this isn't that great of a hand to me. We can try it, though. Let's see, opponent. We go first, actually. Okay. I want to say Steam Vids comes out tapped, then we play out a Midnight. And then pass turn. What's up, Philip? That's true, Kieran. But just think about, like, to me, with the common cards, how many of them will be spiking thanks to the new coverage. It's got a Cranial Plating here. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's obviously a good thing for us because it does diversify the formats. But it is something to keep in mind. Getting in for one here. Alright, let's go for a Blinkmoth Nexus next turn. Getting into maybe something else. Probably a Thoughtcast. Goblin Electromancer. Alright. That's fair. Okay. Darksteel Citadel does make this much easier for us. So 3. Getting out a Blinkmoth Nexus. Let's go for a Thoughtcast. Thopter into play. There's our PS Revolution. And we just get in for 1 in the air. There we go. Nose is itchy. Alright. Down to 18. Get out a PS Revolution next turn. Or just probably just another Thoughtcast. Ooh, okay. Desperate Ritual here. Adding 3 to our mana pool. What do we got going on here? Gifts Ungiven. This is a Storm deck, I would assume? He wouldn't have blocked. That's true. Let's see, put them in the graveyard here. Could always go with Past in Flames, but again, there's really no good choice here. Throw Past in Flames because it is more expensive to cast that way. Yeah, sure. Might be turn 3 win for the opponent, which is pretty brutal. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, storm stuff is, you know, it happens. Getting lots of mana here. Going to 7. Metamorphose. Storm count is 9. Desperate Ritual again. 3 cards in hand. Pyretic Ritual, another Gifts Ungiven here. Yeah, 160 is very expensive for Popper. What's up, Raymond? We did pretty good against a black-white deck earlier. We're up against a Storm deck right now. They have Storm count 11 on turn 3, so pretty sure they're going to win this one. Yep. I think you have to put the rituals into the yard. He only had 1 mana, and he could only get 2 for Metamorphose. Had to have something else in their hand to go off then, yeah. That's true. Yeah, Grafdigger Cage and the rest in peace. Exactly, Josh. Yeah, those are definitely coming in here. I kind of want to just play this out and see what happens. Obviously, they're just going to make a bunch of goblins. Past in Flames. Once again. Storm count is at 20 right now. Empty the Warrens. Look at all that. Man, it wouldn't be amazing if we had like a Pyroclasm in our hand or something. Whip Flare is definitely coming in as well. This is a weird way to do this, though. Ooh. Yeah, Whip Flare for sure, Josh. Get in for 2 here. Yeah, we'll take the 2, sure. Let's get a Blinkmoth Nexus out. Could go for a Disciple here. I mean, we've already lost this, obviously, so we're just going to concede and get into Sideboard. Nah, I don't feel like playing that one out. Let's get in Whip Flare, rest in peace. Grafted Cage. Let's take out the Frogmite. Take out 1 Disciple, 1 Plating. I feel like that's pretty good. Fragmentize could be a good one against the Electromancers and like Baral and things like that. Yeah, that's true. Thoughtseize is also pretty good. Take out a Springleaf Drum and a Thoughtcast for that. Yeah, Fountain definitely comes in. Take out Watery Grave, put in a Fountain. Sort that real quick. I think that's good to go. Yeah, I want to say that's about it. Let's hit submit here. Oh man, this song. Alright, hit play first, yes. Opening hand has Memnite, Mox Opal, Thoughtcast, Atog, Signal Pest, Grafdigger's Cage, which is a fantastic card to have in our opening hand here. Blinkmine Nexus. I think this is going to be a good keep for us as well. We do have the ability to turn on Mox Opal as soon as it gets played, so that's great. Get out Grafdigger's Cage. Signal Pest. And there we go. Our entire hand, basically. Next turn we can do a Thoughtcast with the Mox Opal. Serum Visions, draw a card, scry 2. Yeah, we're coming out strong in the first turn. We'll see what happens, though. Getting into an Atog next turn might be a good idea, but I think just getting a Thoughtcast out first is more important to our strategy. Master of Ethereum. Not bad, but yeah, we're going to definitely go for a Thoughtcast here. Another Mox Opal. Gotcha. Yeah, we just want to... we could probably cast the Mox Opal again. And then get out a Cranial Plating. Yeah, then just get in for 1 here. So what's the music list today, Taryn? Oh, it's another one of those chiptune lists. Again, this is the playlist from Twitch FM on Spotify. It's just called Chiptune. This is the playlist name. And this is a slow beats version of Escape from the City from Sonic the Hedgehog, or Sonic Adventure 2, rather. All right, opponent's turn. Alrighty. Opponent being a little slow. Thoughtcast once again. I do think Thoughtcast is a fair play to make. Really would like some mana. Not getting it, though. Another situation when we have another Mox Opal play we can do. We wouldn't be able to use Cranial Plating if we played another Cranial Plating, though. I think actually getting out just the Cranial Plating to the Midnight here is probably fair, and holding the Mox Opal just in case. Yeah, exactly, Josh. I think that's what we're going to do here. Just get in here for lots of damage. For 7, dropping down to 10. Alright, turn 3 for our opponent. Do keep in mind we have Grafdigger's Cage, so if we can keep that on the battlefield, then their storm strategy won't be as effective. Let's see here. Baral, Chief of Compliance, coming in. Okay. I quit the pest storm at night. That works too. That's whatever. Ritual here. Ritual. Can they go off without using things from their graveyard right now? Gifts Ungiven here. They have 3 mana. Gotcha. Signal Pest does have evasion. That's true. See what our opponent's going to be picking here. Ritual, Gifts Ungiven. We're going to probably throw Gifts Ungiven and I would say Metamorphose here into the graveyard. We do give them 3 mana, but they can't cast Gifts Ungiven again. Electromancer coming in here. Grape Shot for 7. Okay. Yep. Another cage. Could go for a Moxable Tap here, Blink Monk Nexus, and then another Moxable play, and then get out Master of Ethereum. It is a 3/3. Good old Grape Shot, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think that's pretty fair to do, actually. Get out a Master. It is a 4/4. And we just pass turn here. Okay. Four cards in our opponent's hand. Would love to get into some mana. But honestly now I feel like an Arcbound Ravager or maybe a Disciple, or both of them, that would be a great way to end the match. Maybe even a Fling here. Another Electromancer here. Making everything cheap. It's a Grape Shot for 7. The Storm player hates himself and you. Yeah, they're going to pass here. Citadel. There we go. Does make our Master a 5/5 here. I think getting out ATOG is pretty fair, as well as another Graphic Digger Cage. Maybe another Cranial Plating. This does mean that they'll want to block this for sure. If I get out Cranial Plating to a Master here. It's a 10/5, so they'll definitely want to block it. If they block with everything, that actually would kill it. Let's get out a another Cranial Plating here. Excuse me. Get in for attacks. 12/6. You got to block with something. All right. Your turn. Not many answers here. Yeah, double plating is definitely going to be a thing next turn if we can keep it. Sleight of hand. Very nice. Serum Visions. Trying to draw into answers, but they can't use their graveyard, so they're really kind of out of it unless they can get a storm count kind of going pretty high. ATOG could also be good for next turn. But I think just getting out another Graph Digger's Cage, just in case they have a way to get rid of the Graph Digger's Cage here, is fun. Pia's Revolution is also good here, because we can go for ATOG Pia's Revolution. I actually think getting out ATOG is a lot of fun here. Another Graph Digger I think is pretty fair, making a 14-7, and then attacking out. And then PS Revolution next turn, using that to sack with the ATOG, dealing lots of damage to the face, or that, either that, or, you know, just getting free artifacts back into our hand for an ATOG pump. So, I want to say that we have the win here if they don't have anything. Okay, here they go. Ritual, Ritual. Again, 2 Graph Digger's cages. Echoing Truth on Graph Digger's cage. Ooh. Okay. Yep. There's Past in Flames. Yeah, that's it. Oh, no. Yeah, we've lost that one. Let's hit 6 and watch the Storm player work. Man. We needed one more turn, basically, and we would have been golden. Either through the Master Attack, ATOG Attack, or PS Revolution. Yeah, Storm sucks. Honestly, like, I don't understand why it's kind of, like, allowed in Modern, based on how quickly it can just kind of go off. Because, like, I mean, turn 2, turn 3 wins with Storm is just, it seems very, like, you know, happens a lot. It seems very feasible. So, you're running into Storm on stream is usually my nightmare. Storm count for 12 here. Yeah, as soon as they get up to enough, they can go with a Grape Shot. Storm is the worst idea they ever had. Any admins for the Facebook group here at the stream? Me and Mask. What's up? Is there something in the group since we have moments to spare while the Storm deck does things? When you have to say Cascade is more balanced or Infect is, that's when you know it's nonsense. That's true. Oh, got you, Unmask. I got you. Not to wait too long. Block or die? Yeah, there we go. Yep. Alright, let's get out on your match here. Oh, Storm, how I loathe thee. 1 for 1 here. It was either they win that turn or we won the following turn. So, Grape Shot is like a machine gun of pain. All right, match 3. Let's see what we get into. Oh man! Please no Storm. Please no Storm. We'll find out what happens. I'm gonna leave Vent here and actually just host a new match. See if that helps. Yep, Grape Shot sucks. It's crazy because like you have situations where like Morrow on his blog would be like, "Oh, this is on the Storm scale," and I'm like, "Well, if the Storm is the worst mechanic possible, then why is it still in Modern?" You know, that's one thing that I kind of question, especially when it goes off so consistently at turn 3. Come on, Infect. Master Spice. Is that who we were playing a moment ago? I don't believe so. Opening hand for us is Disciple, Glimmer Void, Thopter, Midnight, Plating, Mox, Opal, Springleaf Drum. This is a fantastic opening hand for us. We're going to keep it. Opponent is on the play, though. Opponent mulligan to 6. Getting out a mountain here. And a Goblin Guide. This is not the same person. This is a Goblin deck. Getting in for 2. We got Master of Ethereum. We just drew into. Let's get out Glimmer Void here. Mimnites, Thopter, Opal. Let's go for Springleaf Drum. And get out a cranial plating. Almost in our entire hand. Almost. And pass turn. Alright, next turn we get out Master of Ethereum. It's like, I complain about Storm, but at the same time we just got like, you know, 7 cards. Oh, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards on the battlefield. So, opponent getting in here for 2 again. We do get a Darksteel Citadel out of that, which is nice. Getting in for 2, dropping down to 16. Let's get out a Darksteel Citadel here. Let's get out a Master of Ethereum. Let's see. Let's tap a Thopter here for now and get out a Disciple. We could have equipped the Cranial Plating to the Midnight here. But I do want to make sure that we have ways to have our opponent lose life this turn. Alright. We are on all cylinders. Strike to a Thopter or Midnight. Or both, not strike. Yep, to the Thopter. Thank you for playing the Disciple. It's weird they didn't do it while we played the Disciple. Strange. That does weaken the Master here. But do keep in mind we have 1, 2, 3, 4 artifacts that are not creatures, so they can't really interact with them just yet. 2 mountains. 4 cards in hand. Okay. We sense the storm deck. We sense the storm deck. That's why we redid the queue. Yeah, that's exactly why. Oh, man. Alright, opponent here getting in for 2, I would imagine, but probably not. Yeah, they're going to pass. Signal Pest is quite fun. Let's get out a Cranial Plating here. Let's get the Cranial Plating onto the Master here. Don't want to put it on the Midnight because they can just trade here. Get in for 16-8. I would imagine they would just block because that's, you know, almost their life total. Putting the Cranial Platings onto the Signal Pest next turn is going to be devastating. There we go. What's up, Zekading? Yeah, keep in mind, next week the time will change slightly. Searing Blood on the Signal Pest. Ooch. Do 3 to me. And of course, they do lose 1 thanks to Disciple here. So we don't have a way to win next turn necessarily. Josh's Grixis Affinity, pretty sweet. It's actually very good. Haven't got out the PS Revolution yet on stream, though. I did get it out during testing. I thought it was quite fun. Lightning Bolt on the Disciple here. That's a fair move. Now, they don't have anything to play this next turn, then they're dead. Ooh. Do they have a Bolt for the Midnight here? If not, we win. Interesting. Forgot to put the Cranial Plating on there, but we can actually do that at instant speed. Nice. Let's go to Sideboard here. I want to say we really don't have much to worry about with this particular matchup. I do think we probably want to bring in Whip Flare. Let's take out a Frogmite and a... I want to say... Disciple. No, let's just take out a Thoughtcast. Champion is also decent in this matchup. Yeah, we can bring in Champion. Take out the other 2 Frogmites. Hit submit. 1v1 loss was the Storm. Yeah. Alright. Opening hand, 4 lands, 2 signaled pests, and a cranial plating. You know, this isn't actually terrible because the citadels count as artifacts as well, so the plating does do quite a bit of damage. Signal pest can also be basically unblockable in this matchup. Aw, I got a work call. That sucks, Josh. I think we're going to keep this. Opponent does go first, though. Okay. I feel a mighty need to get new headphones. I like to have one ear outside of the headphones so I can like hear my surroundings and hear my own voice. So I might be looking into that pretty soon because it's like clamping on my head too tight when it's not on over my ear. 7 cards in hand, 20 land or 20 mana, 20 life. Oof, that mana. Jeez. Ignore work calls. MTG fun. It's got a Citadel here, Pest, and a Thopter. They do have a mountain here, so it's not out of the realm of possibility that they would bolt the Pest. We're gonna pass turn here. Not as explosive as last game. Actually, never mind. Do your job. Make money and acquire actual Magic cards. That's true, Sacketing. We all want to do that. Yeah, bolt to the Pest. Ooh, bolt directly. Interesting. Okay. Gonna hit 6 for our opponent. Passing turn, looks like. Let's go for another Citadel here. Could have gone for a Watery Grave. I think we want to go with a Signal Pest again. And then just attack out for 1 point of damage. Takes 2 creatures to do 1 point of damage. Opponent down to 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'll be a +6/+0. Lightning Bolt going directly to our face again. I think this is just a straight up burn deck. Another bolt to the face, down to 11. I'm missing the old school affinity for artifacts with Broodstar. I believe it was called the big blue creature with affinity. I'm not entirely sure, Wrath. Okay, opponent is passing once again. I'm going to say yes to this. It's got cranial plating. Equip that to a Thopter here. And the reason the Thopter is because it has 2 points of toughness. But it may just die. Smash the Smithereens. Okay. That's fair. I want to say we should have played the Blinkmoth Nexus instead of the Watery Grave because the 2 points of damage does affect us quite a bit. We are at 6. They have 3 cards in hand, so we'll see what happens. Getting in for 4 now. No way to gain life in this deck either, so we'll just have to see what happens. 4 cards in our opponent's hand. Let's see. Lava Spike to our face, and 1 more. Yeah, the Watery Grave did spell disaster for us this turn. Shard Volley, that's fair. Let's go to Sideboard here. I want to say Thoughtseize could be a good card to bring in here against this particular matchup. It seems like this is more just a burn deck instead of a goblin deck. I'm going to say take out a Springleaf Drum. And let's take out 1 Cranial Planing. Alright, see what we can do here. Play first? Yes. being on the play does mean pretty good things for me most of the time with the Affinity deck. Nexus, Citadel, 2 Ravagers, Mox Opal, Thopter. I think this is going to be a keep for us. We can do a turn 1 Thoughtseize, I believe. Thopter. Then a Mox Opal. Or a Ravager here. I think we want to go with a turn 1 Thoughtseize on our opponent. Smash the Smithereens twice in their hand. Ouch. Magma Spray, Lava Spike, Rift Bolt. Lots of stuff here. I think we want to take out a Smash the Smithereens, as it does mean they can kill our creature or artifacts more quickly. We pass turn here. But that's a pretty devastating opening hand there. Lava Spike's going to probably deal with that Thopter immediately. If not, then we'll be playing out the Ravager next turn and hopefully making it so it can survive a Magma Spray. Ouch. Rift Bolt went to suspend mode, okay. Broodstar is an 8 blue affinity, flying, power, and toughness equal to artifacts you control, so that sounds about right. Nice. Okay. Opponent. Anything else? I think you're done, right? What's up, Jan? Yep, ending turn. Thoughtcast here, Blinkmoth Nexus. Could go for a Ravager play here. Then a Thoughtcast, since you do have 4 artifacts. Mox Opal here. Sack that Mox Opal. Put there. And pass turn. Riftbolt coming in for 1 here. They're going to hit my creature or me. Might be just targeting me. Well, they're targeting the Thopter here. Yeah, I gotta make the Arcbound Ravager here a little bit stronger. I do want to keep in mind that they have other ways to kill it. They smash the Smithereens in hand. And I'm assuming that's what they're about to do. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Don't want to waste the Mox Opal there. Could have gone with a Blinkmoth Nexus animation, though. So that could have been a thing. So that was kind of a waste. Spire of Industry here. Yeah, pre-release is only in 2 weeks, and we haven't heard anything from the Rival set because of the other card sets that came out during December. So it's been kind of insane. Cranial Plating could come in here. Could go with just a single Blinkmoth attack. I do think that if we play out the Ravager, it's just going to die, so we're not going to do that this turn. Shrapnel Blast is a great card as well in red, so... Although I think that's more of the Insol artifact deck, like from Standard, that got turned into a modern deck. I think that makes a little bit more sense here. Lava Spike to the face. That's fair. They're going to probably hold on to that mountain. So we only know that they have a Magma Spray in hand. Let's go with a Thoughtseize here. Okay, 2 lands and Magma Spray. Magma Spray is getting thrown out. Let's go with a Ravager here. And then we're going to pass turn here. Knowing they have mountains in hand makes me a little bit happy, but we'll see what happens. Ravager might just be dying to a removal spell. Aw, opponent scooped. They had nothing in their hands here. See what we would have drawn into. Thopter, Memnite, Grave, Nexus, Revolution, okay, and Plating. Thopter and Memnite would have helped us out a lot. But, yeah. I got you. That's fair. Let's get into the last match of the day here. Play. Even Ixalan's pre-release was alright, and a headset is one of the worst limited environments in years. Yeah. Don't like Ixalan, wondering how Rivals will be. Hopefully Rivals will be better. Is this normal Affinity with Pias? No, this is not. Sideboard. Oh, well, basically, yeah, I would say. It's very similar to just regular Affinity. Glimmer Void, Opal, Signal Pest. This is very close to a great turn 1. Let's get a Glimmer Void here. Opal. Could go with a Signal Pest. And just pass turn, I suppose. Next turn we get out a Springleaf Drum and turn on Mox Opal. People who play Burn have rare patience. That's why they play Burn. I got you, Vidaris. That's true. Swamp here. Maybe killing the Signal Pest. We'll see what happens. Thoughtseize. Probably going to grab a Springleaf Drum, Fling, or Thoughtcast. Actually, a lot of the cards in our hand are very good, so I'm assuming the Thoughtcast or Fling. It's going to be the real pick here, but we'll find out. Lots of good stuff, though. Pretty hopeful WotC learned from their mistakes from Ixalan. I don't know. We'll find out. I do think as far as like the standard environment, minus Kaladesh, Amonkhet and Ixalan are very good. Excuse me. But I do think the drafting environment of Ixalan was just garbage. It was either all or nothing. Got rid of Cranial Plating. That's fair. I would have got rid of Thoughtcast myself. Let's see here, Mib9 here. Nice, so Mox Opal is turned on automatically. Doesn't even go for a Thoughtcast this turn with a Springleaf Drum play. Blue artifact players have the patience of Jump. Hope Rivals shows more dinosaurs support. I agree. I think dinosaurs really need a step up. Hopefully Rivals will give that to them. Let's get out a Springleaf Drum here. And then a Thoughtcast. Watery Grave. Sure. And pass turn. Lots of artifacts. Not much to do with it just yet. Kaladesh had Panharmonicon, so yeah, it's pretty great. Dinos need true tribal. They're great cards as standalones. That's true, Justin. I think so too. Smallpox. We do have to discard a Fling here. I want to say we want to get rid of the Mimnite. And the land would be Watery Grave. It does suck for us, though. But it also sucks for them. Kieran. He wants to use the quote spoilers from Reddit, the new Primal Dinosaur monocolor. Thopter here. Let's get that cranial plating onto the Signal Pest and start getting in for some damage. Come on, opponent. You know what it is. 4 card in our opponent's hand. I cannot wait for the funeral stream on MTG Goldfish after Kaladesh and Panharmonicon rotates out. Oh man. Equip 2 Signal Pest here. It's going to be a 5/1 with evasion. Cottage Block's one of those love-hate relationships. On one hand, artifacts are fun, and it had Panharmonicon and some super fun cards, but then there's all the energy in Chandra. You're not wrong. Getting in for 5 here. Okay. Five cards in our opponent's hand. 1 mana on the battlefield. Anthony, I can't wait till energy rotates out. I'm going to throw a parade. Mutavault. Ooh, the rack. Alright, Shrieking Affliction here. Ouch. Yield, yield. Waiting on our opponent here to draw. Frogmite. That does mean we take another 3 points of damage, but we're getting in for 7 this turn. So they basically have 1 more turn to live. Terran is very experienced in the racks, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink! Yeah. Oh, Kieran, why? I like energy as a mechanic. What I hate is just how strong such popular it is without a rival to it. Yeah, Justin, I think that's the problem. I think energy is just so efficient that it's hard not to just play energy. Kind of the same reason that a couple sets ago we had where you just played like Abzan with Siege Rhino. Like every single match was just the Siege Rhino match because it's just so much better than everything else that was in the format. Yeah, we win this turn, I believe. Signal Pest here. Getting in for lots of damage. Do keep in mind we can move the cranial plating over to a different creature if they decide to kill the Signal Pest. Moving that over. Feel like it's probably going to be it. Yeah, there we go. Nice. On to game 2. Okay. Would have been crazy if they had another removal spell. I want to say Thoughtseize will be a great card for us here. Etched Champion might be good. Let's take out a Thoughtcast Frogmite and a plating with a Disciple. Actually, take out another Frogmite, put in the plating. I think that's fair. Sort that. Fragmentize could also come in here and be useful. Let's take out a Cranial Plating and a Springleaf Drum for that. Wizard needs some new card writers. Oh, man. Let's see what we have in our hand here. We have 3 lands, Fragmentize, Atog, PS Revolution, and Thoughtcast. This is actually kind of a terrible hand for us, honestly. We're going to pass here. Mulligan. Thopter, Atog, Grave, Disciple, and Cranial Plating. This is not much better. We do have Thopter with a Disciple play, so that's not bad. Let's just keep this. Got into a Ravager. We're going to have to bottom that because we really need the mana. Say yes to that. Get out a Disciple and then a Thopter. Wizards need to change everything. It's not that I don't agree with you. It's just that, I mean, you know. I don't know if I can agree with you. I want to see a 5-color Primal Dinosaur for make EDH with the other Primals. That'd be cool. Urborg here. Push on the Disciple. 6 cards in their hand. Thoughtseize here. Let's go with that. The Rack. Bounty's Last Reckoning and Ratchet Bomb. Let's get rid of the Rack. Pass turn. Okay. Hit 6 for our opponent. I'd be all for another Tezzeret print with Rivals. Justin, I think it's just probably going to be Angrath and maybe another one, new one. Not too sure yet. Ratchet Bomb coming into play. Thoughtcast here. Let's get out a Disciple. Again, we're kind of constricted by the hand we drew. Not much we can do about that, though. Really need to get into some mana as quickly as we can. I want to say our opponent won this one just based on the hand we have. They do have Bontu's Last Reckoning in their hand, so Fade to Push again. Okay. Ooh. Sure, let's get rid of the Cranial Plating. Okay. Nexus, not bad. And then we pass again. Could have gone into a Cranial Plating play there. We'll find out what we can do. Vrask activating the beacon and the signal is received by Tezzeret. Gotcha, Justin. So another Tezzeret? Another Thopter is good here. We could make a Nexus 1/1, but we don't have enough for a Thoughtcast just yet. So we're going to pass. Sphinx Planeswalker? I mean, is that even on the plane right now? I would personally like a more like a pirate or another vampire Planeswalker. That'd be fun. Blue-white control is already bothersome enough. Imagine them having an absolute bomb of a WinCon Planeswalker. That's true. 3 cards in our opponent's hand. No counters on the Ratchet Bomb, which is interesting. Semi-pack still video only. Did we beat Burn? Josh, yeah, I would say yes. The first game we lost to Burn. And then the second game, they scooped on us because we were able to slow down their strategy. Inquisition of Kozilek here. Grabbing our ATOG. There's been speculation that Azor created the Ixalan binding, and there's art for rivals of a Sphinx with the sun's symbol on his chest. Nice. Not a Fies turn. Taco Planeswalker. Arcbound Reactor here. So we could play this out. I feel like it's going to die to a Bondu's Less Reckoning, though. That's really all we can do this turn, though. Sure. Again, Thoughtcast we can use next turn, technically. Actually, no, we can't. Yeah, we can, with the Blink Moth and the Watery Grave. Now one Takas. Nice. Got two very sleepy cats beside me. Okay. Two cards in our opponent's hand. Can't attack with the Thopters. Taco Tuesday. Or Thursday. Taco Thursday magic. Come on, opponent. Play faster. Hashtag waiting for Taco Tribal. Mutavault here. Making a 2-2. It can't attack this turn, though. Not sure why they did that. Live by the burrito, die by flatulence. If flatulence to kill you, might turn to account. Oh, no. Bontu, they're going to kill Mutavault here. That's interesting. Opponent just sent me an LOL message. I'm not sure why they killed Mutavault there. Midnight, sure. Let's just animate for one here and hit for one. Opponent can't untap any of their lands. They can do Ratchet Bomb, though. Let's get in for the Blink Moth here. One card in our opponent's hand. Very slow match based on what our opponent's done to us. They've slowed down our strategy, but they've also slowed down their own, so... There was an enchantment to put Tabasco on the field. Need to pick some final sideboard cards for my local game store for store championship tomorrow, but dear lord, I'm too lazy to drive there. Aw. Vampire Planeswalker, like Soren's illegitimate kid. I mean, maybe. I mean, Soren's in a rock right now, and I kind of want another, like, cooler Planeswalker that isn't, like, a sad vampire. Because that's kind of what Soren was. He's just like, I'm a sad vampire. Which is, like, fine, but kind of annoying. Let's get that Mox Opal here. Alright, we do have 3 now for a Thoughtcast, but not quite enough yet, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can do a Thoughtcast here, actually, because of the Blink Moth Nexus tapping for mana. Ratchet Bomb. Springleaf Drum, and, of course, the Arcbound Ravager. Okay. Well, sped me up and slowed me down once again. Reprint Helix Pinnacle. Vona can make a decent Planeswalker. Vona would be really cool, actually, Justin. I think that would be a great idea. Thoughtseize against us, taking, I would assume, the Ravager. Maybe the Springleaf Drum. Yeah, Ravager. And Inquisition, okay. Our opponent really doesn't want us to have cards in our hand. But they have no real way of, like, slowing us down that much. Oh no, I animated the wrong one. Whoops. I could have actually tapped for the other one too, but didn't want to get into any board wipe stuff. What up, Elliot? We're playing some Affinity. We lost to Storm, so that loss there is hurts us all. Steam Vents here. We'll say no to that. Two cards in our opponent's hand. MTGO should really highlight cards that come into the battlefield this turn. That would be nice. Spicy combo. 1 red Storm. Sprinkle 3 drops Tabasco over the battlefield. For any card hit by a drop, your opponent has to take 1 sip from the bottle. Oh no. That's awful. 3 cards in our opponent's hand. Passing. We do have Midnight here. So we're kind of boarding into our stuff. Last night's stream was wild. Nice. Got Blinkmoth Nexus. I would have joined you guys, but I had Jess's dad in for the night. And that was fun. Getting to hang out with him. Getting in for 2 here, down to 14 if we can. Alright, slowly but surely we're winning against this guy. Oh, is he drunk? On a passing turn once again. Mox Opal for us. Let's go with the Nexus here. Getting in for 3. Down to 11. Alright, finally we've got some beats going now. Slowly but surely. 5 cards in our opponent's hand. PS Revolution. Cancel real quick. I actually don't have... Yeah, cancel. Metalcraft. They do now with the Nexus coming in. Come on. Did not eat enough. Oh, Elliot. Card gamers going wild levels, Elliot. Let's see here. Red. PA's Revolution. And getting in for 2. Dropping our opponent down to 9. I don't know what's happening here. I think our opponent's just getting into mana or something. Mutavault, okay. That means they do have a 2/2 to block the Memnite. Go for Spire of Energy. He just messaged me, this is funny. I guess because he isn't getting into things, into mana, or isn't getting into cards, just mana. Yep, he's getting into Mana Flood here. Getting in with the Midnight here. Dropping them down to 6. They could have blocked the Mutavault there, but they would have taken 3 unless they went the Midnight coming back to our hand. And so Artifact for 2. 5/5 Indestructible on 2. Busted. Yeah, Anthony, when that was in Standard, oh, that was my deck. That was my jam. GG for our opponent. Wow, look at that. His opening hand, his hand was Kozilek, Raven's Crime, Swamp, Urborg, Urborg. I just feel bad. Oh man, but a win's a win, guys. A win is a win. We are 3-1 right now. Oh man, that was fun. Alright, let's get back into the lobby here. That's going to call it for today, guys. Hope you guys had fun. I had fun with this. Thank you, Josh, for submitting the deck. We did 3-1, which is actually not bad. Lost to Storm, but you know, not everyone can win against Storm. But like the video, of course, if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll be back here tomorrow with another deck for Fan Week. And then next week we start the preview season for Rivals of Ixalan, as well as the deck techs kicking back up again. And yeah, pretty fun last match. Yeah, Zach, I think that was fun. Yeah, I liked it, of course, Josh. It was fun. I did like Pia's Revolution in the deck as well. I wish there was probably one more in the deck, maybe. Taking out a Frogmite, maybe, or something like that. I do like it, though. Take care, Unmasked. Thanks for joining the group. As always, if you guys aren't a part of the Facebook group, the link is in the description. You can always join there and be part of the conversation. Submit decks there if you want to. Submit decks to talk about with other people. Kieran, bye. Taryn, loved the deck, Josh. See you guys tomorrow. See you, folks. Have a great day, and see you tomorrow. Bye.